Rookies aren't supposed to challenge superstars. That's Basketball 101. Respect the hierarchy, learn your place, wait your turn. Jonathan Mogbo apparently missed that class. The Toronto Raptors rookie just lit a match under one of the NBA's most explosive personalities, and the explosion that followed has split the basketball world right down the middle. This wasn't some subtle dig or passive-aggressive comment buried in a team meeting. This was a full frontal assault on Ja Morant's legacy, delivered with the kind of confidence that makes you wonder if Mogbo knows something the rest of us don't. 25 games suspended. Multiple headlines for all the wrong reasons. A career that's become as much about controversy as basketball excellence. Mogbo looked at all of that and decided it was time someone said what everyone's been whispering. The response was swift, brutal, and exactly what you'd expect from someone who's never backed down from anything in his life. Welcome to the most unexpected beef in basketball. The rookie's calculated attack. The podcast was supposed to be about Jonathan Mogbo's adjustment to NBA life, his rookie season struggles, and maybe some basketball philosophy from a player who's already turning heads with his work ethic. Instead, it became the launching pad for one of the most audacious call-outs in recent memory. Everyone wants to talk about excitement in the league, Mogbo began, settling into what seemed like routine rookie media training. But there's a difference between being exciting and being excellent. Some players get famous for the wrong reasons, and somehow that becomes their brand. The host tried to steer towards safer ground, asking about veteran leadership and learning from established stars. That's when Mogbo decided to go nuclear. Take Ja Morant, he said, the words hanging in the air like a challenge. Incredible athlete, no question, but when I look at his career, I see someone who gets more attention for drama than for basketball. You've got the headlines, Ja, but I bring the numbers and respect. The numbers Mogbo referenced weren't fiction. His rookie season has been quietly impressive. Consistent double-doubles, efficient shooting, and the kind of fundamental basketball that doesn't generate SportsCenter highlights, but wins games. Meanwhile, Morant's recent seasons have been defined as much by suspensions as by spectacular dunks. Is Mogbo out of line for calling out a proven all-star, or is this exactly the kind of honesty the NBA needs? Let us know what you think. But Mogbo wasn't finished building his case. He methodically broke down what he saw as a pattern of immaturity that had overshadowed legitimate basketball achievements. 25 games suspended for gun gestures, multiple incidents that have nothing to do with basketball, public apologies that keep getting followed by more incidents. Mogbo continued, his voice gaining confidence with each word. At some point, you have to ask if this is really the kind of player you want representing the league's future. The rookie then delivered what might be the most devastating line of the entire exchange. I came into this league to play basketball and win games. Some people came in to be Instagram famous. The difference shows up in how we carry ourselves. Social media erupted within minutes. The clip was everywhere, dissected frame by frame, with NBA Twitter split between those calling Mogbo disrespectful and others praising him for speaking truth to power. But everyone knew the real fireworks were still to come. When Ja Morant gets challenged, he doesn't stay quiet for long. Ja's explosive retaliation. Ja Morant has never been one to let a challenge go unanswered, especially not from a rookie who's played fewer NBA minutes than Ja has highlight reel dunks. The response came fast and hit harder than anyone expected. Within hours of Mogbo's podcast going viral, Morant was on his own social media blitz, then followed up with a live stream that became appointment viewing for basketball fans worldwide. The Memphis superstar came loaded for bear. "You're really gonna let a rookie who's averaging 8 and 6 talk about me like that?" Morant began, his trademark intensity crackling through the screen. "Kid's been in the league 5 minutes and thinks he can lecture me about basketball? That's wild." But Morant's most devastating counterattack targeted Mogbo's credentials directly. "You talk stats and call me hype? I've been performing at the highest level, all-star twice, game changers, clutch moments. You still gotta earn that respect, kid." The two-time all-star then systematically dismantled Mogbo's argument by highlighting his own achievements: playoff series wins, clutch performances in elimination games, and statistical dominance that placed him among the elite point guards in the league. Ja's bringing receipts to this fight. Do his accomplishments shut down Mogbo's criticism, or do off-court issues still matter more? "While you're talking about headlines, I'm making history," Morant continued. "Every time I step on that court, I'm giving fans something they've never seen before. That's what superstars do. That's what separates the real ones from the role players." But perhaps the most personal moment came when Ja addressed the suspension controversy directly. "Yeah, I made mistakes, I owned them, served my time and came back stronger. That's growth, that's maturity. You want to judge me for my lowest moments instead of recognizing how I bounced back? Morant's voice grew more intense as he delivered what felt like a career-defining statement. "This league has room for one Jonathan Mogbo. There's only one Ja Morant. I've earned my place through performance, through exciting fans, through carrying my team when it mattered most. You can't teach that. You can't fake that." The live stream ended with Morant issuing what amounted to a challenge. "Keep my name out your mouth, unless you're ready to back it up on the court. Because when we see each other next, I'ma show you why they pay me $200 million and you're still trying to make the rotation." The gauntlet had been thrown in both directions. The NBA world was about to witness a beef that would define both players' narratives going forward. The league takes sides. When two players go at each other's throats this publicly, the entire NBA ecosystem gets dragged into the conversation. Veterans, analysts, coaches, and fans suddenly find themselves forced to choose sides in a debate that cuts to the heart of what modern basketball values most. The veteran support for Morant was immediate and predictable. Damian Lillard, never one to shy away from supporting fellow superstars, posted a simple but powerful message. Young players need to learn respect before they earn it. CJ McCollum was more direct. Ja's proven himself at the highest level. Rookies should focus on their own games. But the surprise came from some unexpected quarters. Several young players quietly supported Mogbo's position, with one Eastern Conference guard anonymously telling reporters, "Sometimes somebody needs to say what everyone's thinking. The off-court stuff matters." The NBA is splitting along generational and philosophical lines here. Which side of this debate represents the future of basketball culture? The coaching community found itself in an awkward position. Publicly criticizing either player could create locker room tension, but many privately agreed that both had valid points. Nick Nurse, Mogbo's coach in Toronto, tried to thread the needle. "Jonathan's a mature young man who speaks his mind, but he's also learning about the league's culture." Taylor Jenkins, Morant's coach in Memphis, was more protective. "Ja's leadership and impact on this team speak for themselves. We support our guy completely." The media reaction was predictably explosive. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith delivered one of his trademark passionate monologues defending Morant. "This young man has electrified the NBA with his play. A rookie has no business questioning a proven All-Star's legacy." Skip Bayless took the contrarian position, as expected. "Maybe Mogbo sees something the rest of us are too afraid to acknowledge. Sometimes it takes fresh eyes to spot uncomfortable truths." Social media became a battlefield of highlight reels and statistical arguments. Team Ja supporters posted compilation videos of his most spectacular plays and clutch moments. Team Mogbo counters featured the rookie's impressive efficiency numbers and professional conduct. Social media is going crazy with this beef. Are you more convinced by Ja's highlights or Mogbo's consistency? Perhaps most tellingly, several current and former players began using the controversy to air their own frustrations about league culture, media attention, and the balance between talent and character. The Mogbo-Morant beef had become a Rorschach test for everyone's opinions about where the NBA should be heading. The lines were drawn, and neutrality was no longer an option in basketball's most unexpected war. Breaking down the evidence. When emotions run high and egos clash, numbers provide the closest thing to objective truth. The statistical breakdown of Mogbo versus Morant reveals a more complex story than either player's rhetoric suggests. Morant's resume speaks for itself in terms of elite production. 2 All-Star selections, multiple seasons averaging over 25 points and 8 assists, and playoff performances that include series-clinching shots and dominant displays. His impact on winning is undeniable. The Grizzlies transformed from lottery team to playoff contender almost immediately after his arrival. Mogbo's numbers tell a different story, but not a less impressive one for a rookie. His per 36-minute statistics project to potential All-Star level production, and his efficiency metrics rank among the top rookies in his class. Most importantly, his teams consistently perform better when he's on the floor. Pure basketball production versus reliability and character, which matters more for building a championship team. But the elephant in the room remains Morant's availability. Over the past 2 seasons, he's missed significant time due to suspensions unrelated to basketball, raising legitimate questions about dependability. Mogbo, despite being in his first season, has shown remarkable consistency in both performance and conduct. The advanced metrics paint an even more nuanced picture. Morant's peak performance levels dwarf Mogbo's current production. When healthy and focused, Ja is clearly among the league's elite talents. However, Mogbo's floor appears higher, with consistent production night after night, without the dramatic swings that have characterized some of Morant's recent seasons. Playoff experience heavily favors Morant, who has led his team through multiple postseason series and delivered in high-pressure moments. Mogbo hasn't faced that test yet, making any comparison premature. The leadership question becomes crucial here. Morant's teammates consistently praise his energy and competitive fire, but the suspensions have created gaps in continuity that affected team chemistry. Mogbo's veteran teammates in Toronto have already begun highlighting his professionalism and work ethic. Age and trajectory matter significantly in this comparison. Morant at 25 is theoretically entering his prime, but the off-court incidents raise questions about his long-term trajectory. Mogbo, as a rookie, has unlimited upside potential, but hasn't proven he can maintain his current level against elite competition. The financial aspect adds another layer. Morant's max contract represents a massive organizational investment that demands both production and availability. Mogbo's rookie contract provides incredible value if he can continue developing. Perhaps most importantly, the eye test reveals two completely different players. Morant brings explosive athleticism and game-changing ability that can single-handedly shift momentum. Mogbo offers steady excellence and fundamental soundness that elevates team play. The numbers support elements of both players' arguments, while highlighting the complexity of comparing established stars to emerging talents. What this means for basketball's future. The Mogbo-Morant controversy transcends individual personalities to reveal fundamental tensions about the direction of professional basketball and what the league expects from its stars in the social media era. Morant represents the NBA's embrace of individual expression, explosive highlights, and personality-driven marketing. His approach embodies the league's evolution toward player empowerment and authentic self-expression, even when that authenticity includes mistakes and controversial moments. Mogbo's philosophy reflects a more traditional approach. Let your play speak, maintain professional standards, and earn respect through consistent excellence rather than viral moments. It's a throwback mentality that some see as refreshing and others view as outdated. This debate is really about what kind of NBA we want to see moving forward. Should stars be allowed to be flawed humans or held to higher standards? The league office has watched this controversy unfold with obvious interest. Commissioner Adam Silver has spent years building the NBA brand around superstar personalities and individual storylines. The Morant situation tests whether that strategy can survive when personalities become problematic. For young players entering the league, the implications are massive. If Morant emerges from this controversy with his reputation and earning power intact, it suggests that elite talent can overcome almost any off-court issue. If Mogbo's approach proves more sustainable, it could influence how future stars manage their public personas. The coaching and front office communities are paying close attention to fan and media reactions. Future roster construction, contract negotiations, and player development programs could all be influenced by which philosophy proves more successful long-term. The financial stakes extend beyond individual contracts. The NBA's global marketing machine relies heavily on star power and compelling narratives. The balance between authentic personality and professional conduct affects not just individual players, but the entire league's commercial viability. Perhaps most importantly, this controversy highlights generational differences in approaching fame, responsibility, and professional success. Older players and fans tend to favor Mogbo's approach, while younger audiences often connect more with Morant's authenticity and willingness to be vulnerable. The resolution of this conflict could establish precedents for how the league handles similar situations in the future. Will talent always trump character concerns? Can consistency compete with excitement in capturing fan attention? Do professional standards still matter in an entertainment-first business? The answers will shape not just these two careers, but the entire culture of professional basketball. The NBA is big enough for multiple approaches to success, but this controversy forces everyone to examine what they really value in their sports heroes. The future of basketball culture hangs in the balance of this unexpected rookie-veteran showdown. A rookie with nothing to lose took on a superstar with everything to prove. The result has been one of the most revealing debates about NBA culture in years, forcing everyone to examine what they really value in professional athletes. Jonathan Mogbo gambled his reputation on speaking truth as he sees it. Ja Morant defended his legacy with the same intensity he brings to clutch moments. Neither player will back down, and neither should have to. This controversy will be settled on the court, where all basketball debates ultimately belong. Both players now carry extra motivation. Mogbo to prove his consistency can compete with elite talent. Morant to show that his peak performance justifies everything else. The NBA is evolving, and this feud represents competing visions of what that evolution should look like. Whether you prefer explosive highlights or steady excellence, dramatic personalities or professional restraint, this debate has given you a side worth defending. Basketball is better when it's passionate, controversial, and meaningful. Mission accomplished.